just rode about 50 miles south of our house to Dowdell's Knob. This is the overlook and the place where Franklin D. Roosevelt used to come up here and kind of sit, hang out. He would host friends and other presidents, senators, or whatever the case may be right here in this area. And they would also grill there. So it's a nice little overlook, peaceful, relaxing. And of course, I want to bring my pops up here. Yo, Pop. Roll, rock and roll. Since I started riding bikes or motorcycles, I wanted to have a day where I can get out with my pops or even take a trip, you know. And he's not riding the two wheels, but he just rode two up with a V on the trike, which was real cool. And hopefully, you know, in the near future here, we can get out on the road, maybe take a little overnight trip or something like that. But you know, it was good to know that he was riding with me and in the presence. And you know, hopefully, like I said, one day we can get out. But you know, what you ride in the 80s, right?
Soon, very soon.
What you ride back in the 80s?
Yeah, late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, they used to ride
all through the 80s. We rode all through the 80s.
Did y'all have to ride with helmets and stuff?
No.
Never rode with no helmets on.
Never rode with no helmets, no pads, none of that, man. Just get on and go.
No heated gear, no.
None of that, none of that. If you were out and you got caught and it was cold, or you just did the best you could to try to make it back home, but you didn't leave home, but you know, at least you took something with you, you know, like something to cover up, because you know if you were gonna be out late when you got coming back home, it's gonna be cold. Yeah, it's totally different nowadays, man. It's just, you know, to see all the different things, you know, the heated outfits and all that, heated seats and all, you know. We didn't even think about none of that. And like, you know, you have the, how the muffler sound or whatever. We used to take that little baffle out.
Yeah.
To make that, you know, hardy noise or whatever on a Kawasaki, you know, you pull that little baffle out, rah, you know. Yeah. So it's really weird. I'm looking at her bike, it's got dual, you know, the dual exhaust coming out the bike, back and out of the back. But me, if I was to start riding again or, you know, ride again, it would have to be on a trike or something like that, be on a hash. You know, I'm just saying, that's just me. You know, as you get older, you know, you got to kind of, you know, think about those things, you know. And me, myself, with these bad knees and everything, I needed something that'll keep me balanced, because I've been like laid it down, and I have done that before, but it wasn't intentionally, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How did it feel as I was riding?
I was a lot. The ride was a lot smoother than I expected. I was, you know, kind of looking for a bumpy ride with that, but no, I mean, you know, and you keep pushing it on down the road, because I was taking your speed a couple of times, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is nice, you know. Yeah, I could deal with something like that, you know. If I was gonna ride, you know. But,
and it's comfortable, like you're able to enjoy your ride.
Yeah.
As you're
riding.
Even
with me sitting on the back, I was still comfortable. I know if I was gonna have to ride with somebody for a long ways, sitting on the back like that, I would have to have something for me to kind of stretch my legs out a little bit. But other than that, I mean, the ride is, you know, it's not bad at all. You know, I just gotta get used to them helmets and all that kind of stuff and everything. But no, the ride.
That's how I got used to when we started, you know, using the helmets. I don't like the full face one.
Yeah, see that.
I feel claustrophobic.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the way I kept feeling. That's the way I was feeling a couple of times. It's like, this is nice.
You get used to it.
But
then
after
that modular.
Yeah, but then after I got, you know, like you said, then after you get used to it, then I know that if I get, you know, I can raise it up a little bit, give me a little air, put it back down. But it's better be safe than sorry. So I'm all down with all the new stuff, the safety stuff and everything, because you have to be safe, because, you know, people don't respect motorcycles like they, you know, like back in the day when that many people out and everything, and they did kind of respect you a little bit, but nowadays they'll cut you off like it ain't nothing and think you're like an 18-wheeler. You can just stop like that and everything, and it's not like that, you know. So I applaud all the safety gear and all that kind of stuff, you know.
think, Pops?
This is wild. I could be up here grilling. I could be up here chilling and grilling. That's pretty neat. This is awesome. The view is just crazy. Wow. Imagine what's down there. Who's down there? I can imagine who's down there.
It's a barbecue pit. He used to host dinners and stuff with guests would come over. So they finally filled it with like concrete.
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Yeah.
And then back when I was coming up too, you know, not too many of us of color had motorcycles, you know, so we were probably some of the first guys in, you know, the Seguin or wherever, you know, where I'm at, that were really riding motorcycles, you know, and people would, like, you know, some of our friends were like, what's wrong with, you know, something wrong with y'all, you know, that we don't ride motorcycles, you know, but I mean, it was, you know, at the time we enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, you know.
Yeah.
You know, me and the fellas, we just kind of like y'all, you know, just get up and just take a ride, you know, and, you know, you don't have plans to go nowhere. You just get out there and you just go somewhere, you know.
Ride to ride.
But the thing, like I said, we always would try to be back. If it was like in the fall or whatever, we always would try to be back before it get dark, because if not, it's gonna be cold coming back home. Yeah, I remember one night coming home and I don't know who I had with me. Somebody was on the bike with me and I'm like, you know, and I'm thinking to myself, what am I doing? You know, because the bike is doing this number and everything. And the person behind me is freezing and they're shaking, and so it's making the whole dang bike shake, you know. It's like, hey man, you gotta chill. But, you know, other than that, we had a couple of, I had a fall going around a curve and hit a slick spot and I fell. I mean, scared myself all up real bad. And when I got home, my mom was like, that's the end of that, you know, and everything. And then we had a partner that fell on Interstate 10. We're coming back from San Antonio, and he fell off his bike, and he had on a thick coat, and what saved his ass, if you want to say it, was his wallet. It burned all the way down to about that much from hitting his skin, you know, and those are some of the little, you know, accidents that we used to have or whatever and stuff like that. But, you know, you just got to be safe out there. You've got to watch out for the other guys, because they're not going to watch out for you. No. And those accidents that we had, those were our own fault. You know, you know, back in the day, you would get out there, you know, you think you're invincible. You know, we have a couple drinks and, you know, going over the speed limit and doing a few things that we're not supposed to be doing. So those things were our own fault, you know. But, you know, we had a guy fall up in front of my mom's house one night. That was funny too. We were getting ready to take off in the sky. He's like, hey man, I want to get a ride with y'all. Hops on the back of the bike. Instead of holding on to the bike, he's trying to hold on to his beer. And when my partner took off, all you could see was his legs go up in the air, and the beer went one way, and he's down on the ground, and all the neighbors are hollering, "Oh my God, he's dead! He's dead! He's dead! He's dead!" You know. But other than that, you know,
get up and go get his beer.
He got his beer, and his shirt was his back was all bruised up. Got back on the bike, and we took off. You know, but that you know, but when I say that, these were things that were our own. These accidents were our own stupidity. I'm gonna just put it out there. We were just being stupid. Anytime we go anywhere, we have a good time. You know, like now, like y'all, the trip that y'all just came off of, I've never ever even thought about doing anything like that. I think the furthest we ever went was down to Corpus from Seguin, which is what, a couple hours drive, you know, or whatever. And we only did that one night because we were all at the gas station. Here we go again, drinking, and decided, hey, we're gonna go to the coast, and that's what we did. Went to the coast, stayed for a couple hours, and turned around and came right back.
Yeah, man, we're out here at Dowdell's Knob, just talking with Pops, man, about some of the history of his ride. He's out here enjoying the day, so.
Now we gotta get back and cut some trees.
Yeah, we gotta get back and do some yard work. And now we're gonna start heading back toward Fayetteville. Kind of like the same route, but we're gonna make a stop probably in Sonoya. But yeah, Pops riding to it back there. It's a start. It's a start. I see so many other, like I said earlier, so many other YouTubers with their parents, or just hear so many stories about people with their parents riding. So
Ripping on two wheels.